Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. As you guys can see, we are in the third bay with the Corvette behind me. And basically what we thought in the initial video was that we're just not getting enough airflow into the car. You know, like we're letting airflow escape from the bottom as well as the top of the radiator. Because we basically don't have anything connecting the radiator shroud. You know, it's completely gone. I haven't had it on the car for a while. And with the stock C6Z06 bumper, it was fine. I never had an issue, but I think now with no air getting on the bottom, we need to cap it on top. And to do that, we actually have this radiator shroud kit from Corvette Performance. It might be Corvette, I'm not sure exactly how you say that, but you see the CR. I saw this radiator cap kit actually in the ZR1 group. Because one of the problems that they run into is with guys with aftermarket radiators or the ZR1 radiator is that, you know, when they run any type of aftermarket intake, it doesn't fit with the stock radiator caps. So I saw this on their website a while back and I ordered it. And I wasn't intending to use it with this project, you know, because of airflow problem. I wasn't going to put it on the car, but basically, as you can see, it's a metal bracket. These will bolt in on each side, and the long middle piece will actually bolt in and go over the radiator. So let's go ahead and try to make room and get this. I think this is actually the passenger side, yeah. So let's get the driver's side in and we'll try to solve this coolant problem. Alright guys, I messed around with this for about 15 minutes. I did mock out both sides, and one side's off by like a 1/4 inch, the other side's off by like 1/2 inch. And basically what our problem is, we've got, these are the factory upper radiator mounts. Well, the upper mount from Cords, as you guys can see, barely fits in there. So I think what we're gonna have to do is we're gonna have to cut and basically make this inner ring further down into the mount. I mean, I would almost cut it all the way off, but I think I'm gonna try cutting it down about halfway. And yeah, basically like a line like that. I think I'm gonna sand or cut it. I'm not really sure how I'm gonna do this just yet. But just try to get more clearance, because right now this is so tall, it's actually not allowing the mount to actually go against the top of the radiator, and this isn't connecting to the frame. So let's go ahead, we'll get these cut down and keep going. Alright guys, if you guys can see, we do have the passenger side installed. I now need to finish up the driver's side. But before we do that, we had to, like I said, kind of narrow down the rubber mount. And I think the secret is put the rubber mount inside the cap and then put that cap over the peg. And then put your two hardware in to the frame, and you should be good to go. So let's get the driver's side finished up. Alright guys, you'll see that we did get the black metal strip that goes between the two posts. So the top post, this black metal strip that we're following, then this post right here. I actually had to take the two mounts on the end back off. I loosened them up like, I don't know, 1/2 inch so I was able to get some room. I was then able to get the hardware snuck in back between the radiator and that post, because it is quite tight where this screw is. And the hardware that Cords provides you is a 5/32 hex, you know, this shaped socket. I was able to get that tightened down and we're good to go. Now I did have to put a little bit of pressure on the nut of that, on the back of it, but eventually I did get that tight, hand tight. Then I was able to use my wrench and get that tightened up. So just a little trick. So I had to tighten that down before you tighten these down for the final time. And now our upper radiator shroud is completely installed. And I'm not sure if you guys could see it, but the top of the Mishimoto radiator, there is no gap. So this metal piece is actually touching the top of the radiator. So that's a good thing. There might be a slight interference with our intake and this upper part. If I have to, I'll go get some rubber and put that on top of here just so that we don't scratch up this powder coat. So yeah, I'm gonna get the intake back on the car, and that should be it for this install. Now, if you guys are ZR1 guys, you guys shouldn't have this problem. Like I said, this is a very unique, you know, Edelbrock 2300, my own intake, different setup. I do have some lowering spacers on the front radiator cradle. A lot of people end up doing that. But this radiator shroud cover from the Cords is supposed to design to work with the LMT, and I believe the Kong intake as well for the LS9. So not that we have those, but you know, kind of universal between the ZR1 and the LS3 cars. So yeah, that is your overall Cords Performance radiator shroud install. Pretty simple. It just takes a little bit of time to figure it out. And yeah, so both mounts are now on, and that will keep the radiator in place, and it should help duct a little bit any loose air that might have been coming into the radiator. And another thing I want to show you, I'm not sure if you guys can see it, I've already wiped a bit of it off. I was actually getting rain on the inside top of the coolant tank. This is a Moroso coolant tank. So yeah, our ducting and aero is all screwed up. Hopefully this Cord's Performance shroud helps that out. So now that we've figured out the top, we're going to do something for the bottom, but I think we're going to save that for a separate video. Alright guys, that's going to be it for the Cord's Performance Racing shroud install. Like I said, we're going to have a follow-up video with some ducting up front, because I think that's really where our main problem is, but that's going to be a whole separate video with a bunch of fabrication. And I already actually have the black ABS plastic we're going to use. I think I'm going to take some plastic, heat it up and bend it 45 degrees. Got some 16th inch plastic, and we should be able to do that in the future. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, hit that like button. If you guys want to see that ducting video, that'll probably be the next one. Hit that subscribe button, turn on your bell notifications. If you guys want to help support the channel, I'll drop some links down below. I'll drop a link to Cord's Performance where you guys can pick that up. And also check out the rest of our links. And make sure you check out our website, BonecrrusherSS.com. Thanks guys. Have a great one.